provide anti-bullying sessions. We talked about like anti-vaping. So we always want to give the girls that outlet and a safe environment amongst other women where they can talk about issues that affect them in their environments, in their worlds.
En lo personal, a mí me satisface mi alma, por decir, mi corazón, el poder ayudar a diferentes niñas, sentirse bien, sentirse que tienen apoyo, no normalmente en su casa, apoyo en nosotros, en el parque.
We chose to do it here at South Park because it started at South Park. Started off as a rec assistant. We only had about like 8 or 10 girls that was doing it. This program has blossomed. We have reached over 300 girls in the program. And so we just really take a passion and pride in being able to provide these resources to young girls. The name came about because during Valentine's Day, the girls wanted to do something. And so we started talking, okay, well, let's have a Valentine's Day party, but let's add a little more substance to Pretty in Pink. And so some of the topics that we would have were hygiene, because if you feel good about yourself, then you present well.
We want to be able to make sure that they are exposed to different activities, sports, topics that they may not know all the information, but it's more the support. We want them to feel comfortable enough to talk about issues that they have and to know that there's people and resources here that believe in them.
We've been one of those programs where I wish I had it as a young girl, to have a mentor outside of my immediate family. The park becomes family to us, so we've been able to provide that atmosphere for the girls.
Attention, LA gardeners. Tired of watering your lawn or plants adding to your water bill? Well, the Los Angeles Sanitation Department has a solution for residents lucky enough to take advantage.
My name's Aura Garcia, and I serve as the Vice President for the Board of Public Works. We've held over 8 events throughout the entire city, giving out more than 600 rain barrels.
We've been doing it for more than 20, 30 years on our own little barrels. So now that it's free, you conserve, you water your plants for free.
Oh, a rain barrel can cost you at Home Depot or at Lowe's between $60 to $100. The Department of Water and Power gives out rain barrel rebates as well.
You're getting a rain barrel and you're putting it in an area where it's like the overfill from the roof is coming down. The barrel fills up with water, and then you're literally getting a watering can, and you're taking that water and putting it on the plant material.
Cuando tú capturas el agua que viene de la lluvia, tú puedes reciclar esa agua y regresar y regar tu jardín con esta agua sin tener que usar el agua que tú pagas. Entonces nosotros lo que estamos haciendo es tratando de que la comunidad ahorre un poco de dinero por reciclando agua y nosotros lo hacemos, regalamos todos esos barriles son completamente gratis.
I got free tomatoes and free strawberries today. How cool is that? I mean, a rain barrel and free vegetables and fruit, as well as some seeds. So my kids and I are going to have a fun time planting all this stuff.
See if you recognize this quote. One of my secret instructions to myself as a poet is, whatever you do, don't be boring. Did you guess that one? It was from Anne Sexton. And in our feature story this week, we learned the philosophy of LA City's newest poet laureate, Lynn Thompson. Maria Hall-Brown reports.
2, 1. With you, I will run with you.
As an oral art form, it actually predates the written word, poetry. But keeping poetry alive and celebrating it in these modern times, I'm delighted to be joined today by the Los Angeles Poet Laureate, Lynn Thompson. So great to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Everybody comes to poetry. It may not feel like a natural language, but if you listen to kids, they're rhyming, they're making up little verses as they play their games. Language is something to play with. It's trying to name the unnameable. It's trying to capture something that we all suspect we know, but we haven't found the language for. How do we put the language around that?
In my childhood, in the dawn of a most stormy life,
Now there's, hopefully, I think we're dealing with a renaissance for the appreciation of poetry.
This young woman named Amanda Gorman came along, and what she has done for poetry, her poise, and just the power of her delivery at the inauguration, I think has upped the stakes even more, because everyone, of course, is saying, who is that young woman? How fabulous. If you decide you want to be a farmer today, and 10 years from today you say, I really should have gone to Wall Street in the first place, or vice versa, you can do that. I do feel vindicated for people who think, how do you even get there? You figure it out, what works for you to get you to your best creative self. It won't be easy necessarily, it certainly won't be a straight path, but you can do it. But you have to be committed to it. And my goal will be to highlight the poets of all ages and all accomplishments in this city.
To the very end, all because I am a friend.
Take in the Your Author series featuring Cosby Cabrera. Treat yourself to Fijian contemporary dance by Vu, and clear your calendar for doggy dialogue for dog families and fosters. All this and more on Things to Do.
Join the Los Angeles Public Library for the latest installment of their Your Author series. Author and illustrator Cosby Cabrera will introduce young readers to her award-winning book, Me and Mama. As the recipient of the 2021 Caldecott Honor, Me and Mama celebrates the relationship between a mother and her daughter. Cabrera's multimedia work as an illustrator, author, and doll maker has garnered worldwide critical acclaim. This free virtual series takes place on Friday, May 7th at 4 p.m. For more information, visit lapl.org/events. The Los Angeles County Museum of Art is pleased to announce the online premiere of the Fijian dance troupe Vu. As part of the exhibition, Fiji, Art and Life in the Pacific, Vu will offer a free virtual performance on LACMA's YouTube channel. Vu is a newly commissioned contemporary ensemble. They deliver the power of storytelling, sharing the stories of their island paradise through music and dance. Vu is known as Fiji's most versatile and internationally renowned performance dance company. They have performed hundreds of shows worldwide to raise cultural awareness. If you're ready to discover Vu, their free performance will be available on May 7th by visiting youtube.com/LACMAvideo. LA Animal Services wants you to learn the language of dogs so you can get the discipline results you need. On Saturday, May 8th at 10 a.m., Doggy Dialogue for Dog Families and Fosters will help train you to communicate with man's best friend. Owners and foster parents will have the opportunity to gain a better understanding of trusted training techniques that will benefit the relationship with your pets. The free virtual class with LA Animal Services staff and volunteers goes beyond simple commands and treats. Register and find out more about Doggy Dialogue at laanimalservices.com. Ready to take a virtual tour of an architectural masterpiece? If so, the first and third Friday of every month, you can take a free virtual tour of Frank Lloyd Wright's Hollyhock House. Built between 1919 and 1921, Hollyhock House was inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2019. Led by expert docents, each tour will create an immersive and inclusive experience for visitors of all abilities. Streaming live on Facebook for 20 minutes, you'll have a chance to ask questions of the docents and explore different rooms of the famed house. If you want to learn more about the Hollyhock House and Frank Lloyd Wright, visit facebook.com/official Hollyhock House. And that's a look at some virtual things to do.
And that's it for this edition. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org, and we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
Good morning and welcome to the Los Angeles City Council. Today is Wednesday, May 5th. I'm Nuri Martinez, the President of the City Council. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield present.
Bonin.
Bonin present.
Cedillo.
Cedillo here.
Hey.
De Leon. Harris Dawson.
Present.
Koretz.
Present.
Krikorian. Lee.
Present.
Martinez.
Present.
O'Farrell.
Present.
Price.
Present.
Rahman.
Here.
Ridley Thomas.
Here.
Rodriguez.
Here.
And going back to Councilmember De Leon.
Here.
14 members present and a quorum, Madam President.
Okay, first order of business.
Approval.
Hold on, Madam President. I'm here. I've been here. Where's the love?
Approval of the minutes of May 4th, 2021.
Madam Clerk, hold on to just a second. Mr. Buscaino, did you have something to add?
Oh, she missed me in the roll call, ma'am.
You were missed?
I'm here. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Apologies,
No
Council
hurt
Member.
feelings. All
We
good.
apologize, Mr. Buscaino. For the record, Mr. Buscaino is present. Please continue, Madam Clerk.
Approval of the minutes of the May 4th, 2021.
Mr. O'Farrell moves and Mr. Bonin seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Mr. Buscaino moves and Mr. Ridley Thomas seconds. Next.
Madam President, would council like all items to go forthwith today?
Without objection, that will be the order. Next.
Items 1 through 29 are items for which public hearings have been held. Items 30 through 36 are items for which public hearings have not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Okay, without objections, those items are now before us. Members, you wish to call any of the items special this morning? Mr. Cedillo?
Item 10.
Item number 10. For comments or an amendment?
Comments.
Thank you. Mr. O'Farrell?
Thank you, Madam President. This isn't special. It's just to make sure that we continue item 27 to the May 19th council meeting.
Okay, there's been a request by Mr. O'Farrell to continue item 27 to the May 19th council meeting. Thank you, sir. Mr. Buscaino?
Yes, Madam President. I'd like to hold 23 and 24 for amendments. Been circulated.
Okay, can you read those into the record? Are they ready?
They're not, and they're lengthy.
Okay, we'll come back.
Thank you.
Mr. Koretz?
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to call items 5, 6, and 7 special for comments.
5, 6, and 7 special for Mr. Koretz. Mr. Bonin?
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to call item 10 special for comments and for a special guest, and item 29 special for comments.
Okay, item 10 for Mr. Bonin as well. And item 29?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes, Madam President. Item 19 for comments, please.
Okay, any other items special, members? Okay, Madam Clerk, let's go ahead and vote on a few items. And Mr. Buscaino, I understand you're working on your amendments as we speak, so
Yes, ma'am.
hopefully before we take public comment, we can read those into the record. Madam Clerk, I believe we can go ahead and vote on items 1 through 4, items 8 and 9, items 11 through 18, items 20 through 22, and items 25, 26, and 28. Is that correct?
Yes, Madam
Okay,
President.
then go ahead and call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Cedillo, aye.
De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian excuse. Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
14 ayes. These items are adopted forthwith.
Okay, Mr. Buscaino, we'll go ahead and read your amending motions for items 23 and 24. Go ahead. Mr. Buscaino?
Thank you, Mr. Ridley Thomas.
Was that you, Mr. Buscaino?
Okay, fantastic.
Amending motions for item 23 and 24, sir.
Okay, they're pretty lengthy, so bear with me here. Okay, so
Hold on for just a second, Mr. Buscaino. Mr. City Attorney? Why don't you go ahead and just read the moving clauses for both?
Okay, I move that the Matter of Planning and Land Use Management Committee report relative to a finding of public convenience or necessity, PCN, for a proposed retail commercial cannabis business submitted by requestor, Torrance Healing Center, Inc., located at 1513 West Sepulveda Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90501 in the Harbor Gateway Community Plan Area. Item 24 on today's council agenda, CF 21-0420-S4, be amended to adopt the following additional facts for the PCN finding. 1A, the proposed business premises would serve an area of increased density or consumer traffic, including but not limited to an entertainment or commercial corridor, such that the proposed location would serve the public convenience or necessity by satisfying a higher demand for retail locations. And number 1B, the requester's business would include clear specified public safety and related features such that the operation of the requestor's business would serve the public convenience or necessity by likely reducing crime or nuisance activity in the surrounding area. That was for 24. 25.
Hold on for just a second. Do I have a second on your amending motion for item 24?
Second.
Second by Mr. Harris Dawson. Thank you. Next
Thank
item.
you. For item number 23, Madam President, members, I move that the Matter of Planning and Land Use Management Committee report relative to a finding of public convenience and necessity, PCN, for proposed retail commercial cannabis business submitted by requestor Duke Brothers LLC, located at 13222 Estrella Avenue, LA, California 90248 in the Harbor Gateway Community Plan Area. Item 23 on today's council agenda, CF 21-0420-S1, be amended to adopt the following additional facts for the PCN finding. 1A, the existing commercial cannabis businesses in the requestor's community plan area are concentrated in one area such that the requestor's business located in another area would serve the public convenience or necessity. And 1B, the requestor's business would include clear specified public safety related features such that the operation of the requestor's business would serve the public convenience or necessity by likely reducing crime or nuisance activity in the surrounding area.
Second for this one as well.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Harris Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. Harris Dawson, and both have been submitted.
Thank you, Mr. Buscano. Go ahead and circulate both amending motions.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Any other specials, members? Seeing none, let's move on to public comment, Madam Clerk.
As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call area code 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and then press the pound key. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press *9 to request to speak. Finally, when you hear the last 4 digits of your phone number being called out, press *6. Again, call 669-254-5252, use meeting ID number 160-535-8466, and then press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press *9 to request to speak. Finally, when you hear the last 4 digits of your phone number being called out, press *6.
So to members of the public calling in, when it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak on. You have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total, plus if you wish 1 minute for general public comment, please speak on the items before general public comment. We'll tell you when your time's up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can, and if you're not on topic, or if we can't tell whether you're on topic, you'll get one brief warning from me or the president. If you don't then immediately get clearly on topic or again stray off topic, you'll be cut off, forfeit the rest of your time, and we'll move on to the next speaker. We're going to take 30 minutes total of public comment. The items that are open for public comment are items 23 and 24, as amended by Mr. Buscaino's amending motions, and items 30 through 36. That's 23, 24, and 30 through 36. Finally, for members of the public calling in, when you hear somebody identify you by reading off the last 4 digits of your phone number or other identifying information if you're calling in with a block number, please press *6 right away to unmute yourself and tell us which items you want to speak on. We understand that you may be listening on channel 35 or another device, but please keep one ear to the phone. There's a slight time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast, and if you're only listening to the broadcast, when we read out your identifying information, you may not hear it right away. Press *6 right away, and thus we may think you're no longer on the line and move on to the next person. Also, if you're listening to another device, please turn down the volume on those devices right away when it's your turn to speak. Because of the time delay and feedback, it will cause a lot of confusion if you continue to listen on the other devices. Thank you very much, Madam President, and we are ready to begin public comment.
Okay, let's go ahead and take the first caller.
Caller ending in 1148, press *6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
All available items, please, and general public comment, please.
Sure, Speaker. So you have 3 minutes for items 23 and 24, and then 30 through 36, followed by a minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good morning, and that's right. Apologize to Ms. Autry for your gross disrespect on December 11th, 2019, Martinez. 23 and 24 are planning and land use under that committee. All planning and land use should be removed from the city of the Los Angeles Sleazy Council instructions. All of it. We can solve some of these complex problems of society if these elected officials weren't running around sniffing the butt crack of every developer they can find.
So, Speaker,
this is for cannabis, of course, but that's another subject. Number 30 is World Airports and Mercury Air lease amendment, administrative exemption from CEQA. The problem, it's not the problem, but the problem, Mr. Koretz, you're the environmental guy on the Sleazy Council. All these CEQA exemptions, they're categorical. They're just automatic on almost all these projects. We're not going to save our planet with this kind of system. Number 31, same thing, an exemption. It's administrative. We understand though. Number 32, Boingo Wireless, revising the payment terms down apparently. Where number 33, he gets a revision up. Never heard that before, except in, of course, Ridley Thomas is abusing the vendors, the black vendors at Lamert Park. Somebody told me even had somebody beat up. Thug behavior. Number 34 as well, an increase of, like I said, $7,300. This is unheard of. I'll go to, I think I'll go to my public comment now, please.
Of course, please go ahead.
Thank you. Like I said, Ridley Thomas has been pimping the black community for 30 years. People might say, well, you people vote him in. We don't finance people like this pimp behavior.
Madam President, we should move this forward expeditiously.
The theater, the gross theater, having people beat up in Lamert Park, abusing the vendors. They want to start a farmer's market. He refused in a food desert when we just had a store closing. Gave them 2 months instead of a year, abusing them, fining them all kinds of money. Of course, you gave, this is the guy under Dawson's under his tutelage, stealing unemployment offices from the black community.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 0899, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Good morning. This is Stacey Dawson Stearns, and I would like to make a general public comment.
Of course, you have a minute. Please begin.
Esteemed council members, good morning, and thank you for listening. The budget is on everyone's mind, and I implore any CMs with backbones to stand up to the $3 billion elephant in the room. When members of the council condemn police murders of people in other states, like Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, but refuse to acknowledge the murders, the executions of Angelenos like Brendan Glenn, Kenneth Ross, Waukesha Wilson, Rosario Mack, or Daniel Hernandez at the hands of the LAPD, you reveal a truth that would be very hard to outrun if you do not reject Mayor Garcetti's proposed budget. If you are not aware of the level of absolute corruption and criminal activity at every level of LA law enforcement, from the ranks to the commission, and most notably Chief Moore and the LAPPL, then you either have Stockholm Syndrome or parasites have consumed your souls, minds, and consciences. Wake up! The people who pay your salaries are calling for different priorities. Another phenomenon that is preventing this chamber from functioning with any semblance of...
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 8919, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, Lane McFadden. I'd like to give a general public comment.
You have a minute. Please begin.
Yeah, I just want to uplift the work being done by People's Budget LA. I want to implore all of you to adopt and fight for the People's Budget LA. It's pretty disgraceful, the mayor's budget. You know, we're facing a homelessness crisis that's just getting even more out of control, and we're only using 2% of the budget, less than a third of the LAPD budget, to go towards housing and homelessness. And among that, $9 million of it is for LAPD to patrol shelters. We don't need more cops. We need housing and services. And you all know that, and you won't do anything about it because the LAPPL has you all basically at gunpoint. And you need to stand up and you need to fight back because, as the People's Budget LA has proven, your constituents do not want more cops. Do they not want more criminalization? We want housing and services for the people of the city. So do the right thing, have some courage, and
Thank you, Speaker. Next speaker.
Caller ending in 8882, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, my name is Des, and I would like to speak on all available items and also general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for items 23 and 24, and 30 through 36, followed by 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Thank you. I would like to first start off thanking everybody for being here, and I'm going to start off with my public comment first.
Well, I'd rather
Miss-
prefer if we follow the rule, and would you mind starting with the items first, please?
Sure. Yes, I believe that regarding number 3 and number 24, that developers really need to take a back seat and have the city and our constituents and the people who live here and have lived here for a very long time have a voice in what goes on in our neighborhood. Then on to my general public comment. Okay. I would just like to say that Nithya Raman is a liar. I am sad to say that, but it's true. She went on ABC local news last night and lied. We have receipts, we have proof, Nithya. You say that the gang members over on Berendo are gone, that, oh, maybe there's only 1 tent left. I'm looking at them across the street right now, getting fed by Sila. The tents are here. There was another arrest last night. When will you stop lying to us and when will you stop lying to your constituents? When will you stop lying to your peers and your councilmen and women that you're sitting next to you? You should be ashamed of yourself. You're worse than Trump. It's disgusting. Stop lying, stop gaslighting us. You say that your office did not know about the Berendo situation until after a month that you took office. We have proof of emails of Jessica and Sarah confirming that your office was aware of the Berendo gang situation since November 2020. How dare you go on Zoom and lie? Shame on you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Shame on you.
Next speaker.
Caller ending in 4416, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 4416, press star 6 to unmute yourself.
Sí, buenos días. Buenos días.
Buenos días. Necesita un momentito. ¿Necesita traductor?
Sí, por favor.
Ok. ¿En qué quiere hablar? ¿De qué tema?
Quiero hacer un comentario público.
Ok, un momentito.
Sí, muchas gracias.
Nomás le pido que por favor hable despacio para que la traductora le pueda traducir.
Está bien, ella. Muchas gracias.
Por favor, comience. Puede comenzar.
Sí, buenos días. Mi nombre es Yadira Michelle. Soy miembro de la organización ACE y vivo en el Distrito 8.
My name is Elga Michel, and I'm a member of the organization ACE, and I'm from District Number 8. ¿Sí la escuchas?
Sí, le pedimos a nuestro concejal Gil Cedillo, a Inuri Martínez, que nos ayuden, por favor, a aprobar la ley de antiacoso, porque estamos ahorita muchas familias sufriendo acoso por parte de los dueños, ya que yo soy una persona que ha vivido durante 3 años acosada por el dueño.
Okay, so we are asking our council members, Gil Cedillo and Nuri Martinez, to please support the law anti-harassment because our families are suffering a lot of harassment. Myself, for 3 years, I've been suffering for harassment from the landlord. Sí, continúe.
3 años atrás hemos estado sufriendo mucho acoso por el dueño, pero más todavía en este año de la pandemia nos agarró más fuerte el señor, porque el dueño y a él no le importa que tengamos niños pequeños, nos estuvo cortando la luz, nos estuvo tapando el boiler, nos estuvo mandando a su hijo que es policía, nos asustaba, nos metía muchas cosas malas. Y lo que queremos es de que nuestros concejales apoyen esta ley para que aprueben, para que ayuden a los inquilinos que son acosados por los dueños.
Okay, deme un segundito, señora. So we've been suffering for 3 years, but worse, this year is a lot worse during the pandemic because the owner doesn't care about the children, and they've been shutting off the light and covering the boiler and doing all kind of things. So we really ask for your support for this law.
Thank you, Speaker.
Muchas gracias, señora.
Caller ending in 3013, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Yeah, this is Hassan Sonica. Hello? I would like to speak on public comment.
Oh, yes, please, go ahead. You have 1 minute.
All right. Well, my name is Hassan Sonica. I'm a member with A. I live in District 14. I would like to speak about the amendments of Nithya Randman that need to be supported by our council member, Nuri Martinez, and all our council members here today that know about this by now. Even though it's not in the agenda, I think it's important because literally yesterday, hearing a story of a member in my district being harassed, being raised for rent illegally to close to 10%, and the landlord is trying to take her contract so that she has no way to be able to prove that he's doing this illegally and to be able to evict her in the future. And this is going to continue happening, even though it's a crime. If no one is being enforcing it, and we need to apply this anti-harassment that was passed last year and add this amendment that will make sure that landlords will think twice on harassing tenants in any of the county of LA, hopefully by the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 1733, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 1733, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 8624, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, my name is Roslyn Tovar, and I'd like to speak for general public comment, please.
You have 1 minute. Please begin.
So I'm with Communities for a Better Environment, and I'm here representing community members in District 15. I just want to say that I support the strong anti-harassment tenant ordinance that includes Councilmember Rahman's amendments, and I do not support Councilmember Lee's amendments. These amendments are essentially landlord's amendments, and they do not level the playing field. Councilmember Cedillo, I can say you cannot say that you are with tenants while supporting Lee's amendments. How does one cure harassment? Harassment is an action that cannot be cured if it has already happened. So countless times I've talked to tenants where their landlord locks them out, shuts off their utilities. During the pandemic, kids are joining school remotely. How does one cure lost school time due to harassment caused by the landlord? So the pandemic has caused a huge emotional distress in our communities, and there shouldn't be more need to prove that. So again, I urge the City Council to adopt all of Rahman's
Thank you, Speaker.
amendments and to
Caller ending in 5688, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
My name is Arby Powell, and I'd like to speak on item 23.
And you have a minute. Please begin.
Okay. I am a constituent and stakeholder in District 4, and I want to have to allowed to continue for adequate public notice and comment and give some. And the reason why is the cannabis retail outlet wouldn't be over the allotment of such outlets allowed by right within the Harbor Gateway Community Plan area. And there is already a nearby cannabis retail outlet on Rosecrans Avenue. And the community was not aware and gave adequate notice as to the retail, as this company wants to go retail for cannabis retail allotment area, and it's next to a residential area, next to an elementary school. So the community was not made aware of cannabis being there for over 2 years, growing, cultivating cannabis. And now they want to apply for retail without the community knowing. So please, please, Mr. the council.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Next caller.
Caller ending in 1669, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Sí, bueno.
Sí.
¿Me escuchan?
¿Necesita traductor?
Sí.
Ok, un momentito. Nomás le pido que hable despacio para que la traductora le pueda traducir.
Gracias.
Ok, por favor, comience.
Sí, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Francisco. Vivo en el distrito 8. Quiero hablar sobre comentarios públicos.
Sí, puede hablar, Francisco.
¿Puedo hablar?
Sí, sí.
Ok. Bueno, pues hola, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Francisco. Estoy aquí para dejarles saber que he sido acosado por los dueños a donde yo vivo. Nos siguen acosando, ¿verdad? Para poder tratando de sacarnos aquí donde yo vivo.
Okay, so yeah, my name is Francisco, and I want to let you know that I've been harassed by the landlord here where I live, and we are still being harassed. They're trying to kick us out from the place where we live. Continúe, Francisco.
Aunque nosotros sabemos que nuestro edificio tiene muchas normalidades y ya lo reportamos con la el Departamento de Vivienda, este dueño sigue sin hacer los arreglos, ¿verdad? Y sigue mintiendo a los inspectores de que ha hecho esos arreglos en mi vivienda.
So actually in the buildings there are many irregularities, and we've reported him, and he's still not fixing anything. And he's not only that, but he's also lying to the inspectors, telling them that he already fixed these things, but he hasn't done it.
Y eso va a seguir pasando, ¿verdad? Porque este dueño piensa que está abajo de la ley, y va a pensar, ¿verdad? Si el departamento de ciudad, ¿verdad? No tiene, ¿verdad? Una multa o un misdemeanor o un castigo para este dueño inmediato, no nada más él, pero cualquier dueño que piense que puede hacer lo que él quiera con gente como yo, lo van a seguir haciendo.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Okay, so so basically, I think that they're going to keep doing this because they think that they are under the wing of the law, and actually, if they are not being ticketed or they don't consider this a misdemeanor, they don't have some kind of punishment, they will just do whatever they want and they will keep doing the same things. Thank you.
Okay, next speaker.
Caller ending in 7719, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
It's Eric Previn. I'd like to speak on the 30 through 36 in a general public comment.
Sure. So you have 3 minutes for those items, followed by a minute for general public comment. Please begin, Mr. Previn.
Okay. Let's take a look at 30 over here. 30 is a good one. So here we're down in Lawa. Lawa is the airport, obviously, and Mercury Air Cargo have been doing a fantastic job. They're quite good. There's no reason not to amend this particular agreement. In fact, I like it. And Bonin is doing a great job down at the airport. We're getting lots of people coming back to Los Angeles, and the air cargo business is booming. So thank you. I also would love to say something nice about item 31, because here you've got the Port of Los Angeles. Now, Buscaino read in the amendments. I was trying to take notes. We've asked if you could post those things, be a lot better, but it's hard. It's not easy. Let's be honest. There's a lot of items on today's agenda. Now, at 1 p.m., there's only one agenda item, which is the budget. But today, 31, 32, here's a concession agreement with Boingo Wireless. I remember that amendment. And there's Jankovic, another great one. And here we have the clean energy people. So this is a great opportunity. Thank you. And Demetrio, Del Gurcio, Springer, and Francis LLP, we spend a lot of money, let's just be clear, with legal firms and different kinds of firms studying the environmental impacts. Of course, as Mr. Marquis Aristoasim will remind you, parking has nothing to do with CEQA. So just be very, very clear on that. And I'll go to my general public comment.
Okay, thank you.
My general public comment is very simple. We, the people, benefit from hearing from other people who know about city government. And this year, unlike previous years, the city council has decided to limit the opportunities to comment on the budget. They've generated more budget memos than they've ever generated before, possibly getting there. It may or may not be a record. But what they've claimed is that it's one item and they only have to let you speak once, but they're nice, so they're gonna let you speak twice for 60 seconds. It's a mockery. And what's worse is that I took the city all the way to the court, the high court, who said, special meetings, when you notice them on an agenda, even if it's just one item, you have to hear from the public. There aren't that many people who could follow the craziness, but there are a few, and they want to speak, and we want to hear from them. I want to hear from them. This year, 2020 has been rough. 2021 we're in now, but it was rough but one of the benefits was that we heard from a lot of fresh voices who know a lot and have a lot to share. Mr. Krikorian and City Attorney Fuhr and the mayor are in violation of the law. We're going to set it right. It's a disaster.
Next speaker.
Caller ending in 8187, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 8187, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 5435, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Good morning. My name is Arika Hurst, and I would like to speak in general comment.
You have 1 minute. Please begin.
So I'm here speaking in support of ACE as ACE member. I support the amendments given by Council Member Nathia Rahman. I believe that her efforts are to support the people, which are the majority of the county and city of Los Angeles, which are renters. So if you guys support people, which you should be because you're public servants, you should be supporting the amendments. I do not support Councilmember Lee's amendments because they're said to him by apartment association developers that do not reflect the supporters and the voters of Los Angeles. If you are a person with a beating heart, you will listen to the people that are suffering the most during this time. Even before COVID, people have been suffering. I myself was illegally evicted. All my belongings were put out on my front lawn. I'm a hardworking, independent woman, and I believe in the amendment. Please support them. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 4267, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 4267, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 1790, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Rosalie Preston, representing the Harbor Gateway North Neighborhood Council, item 23.
You have a minute. Please begin, Speaker.
Yes, our neighborhood council submitted a letter early this morning in opposition to item 23, the application of Duke Brothers LLC. Some of the reasons are that the premises would not be located in a commercial corridor with foot traffic. There is another retail cannabis location located a quarter-mile away in the same social equity community as this proposal. And the applicant did not engage with the community and provide written input from LAPD Southeast Division and the closest substance abuse organization. The neighborhood council has not been provided the crime data for the area, and we were late in getting our comment in because the whole time frame that the Department of Cannabis Regulation allows is totally inadequate for review of these type of applications.
Thank you.
We ask that this item be continued.
Thank you, Speaker.
Caller ending in 4080, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller ending in 4080, press star 6 to unmute yourself. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, yes, thank you. My name is Elizabeth Levins. I'd like to speak on items 23, 24 in general public comment.
So you have 2 minutes for the items, followed by 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Thank you so much. First of all, despite what Ms. Rahman told ABC 7 yesterday, and also the participants of her homelessness meeting last night, the Berendo gang encampment has not been cleaned up. The Berendo gang encampment has only existed since 2020, not years and years and years. There's been homeless in Los Feliz for years, but not a gang encampment. The Los Feliz neighborhood is in peril. This still is a dangerous threat. There's graffiti, there's a turf war going on between White Fence and LML. Why she keeps telling people that it's cleaned up and is not a danger or a threat to society is beyond me. We need her to be truthful to the stakeholders. We need this gang encampment cleared up now. This is a major public health and safety issue. She also canceled a legal cleanup by the Bureau of Sanitation last Friday. The police had reorganized their schedule to be there, and then they lied about the fact that they said they didn't cancel it. We just need the public health and safety returned. We also don't believe that her intentions in the name of affordable housing are going to help the community. I think this is all development dollars motivated in a way that will be harmful to the community, that will not, that will displace the constituents who already live in this housing. It will also have a huge environmental impact. We still have major RVs. No outreach has been done to get these RVs out off the street, dumping waste in front of single-family homes in Los Feliz. There was a gunshot the other night. People at Little Dom's went fleeing for their lives. There is so much crime. I've lived there since 2003. I'm speaking up this year because I've never seen this place in such a state of chaos before. So I am begging, please, please, please override Ms. Rahman's decision and please clean up our neighborhood. Get rid of this gang encampment. It's so dangerous. Are we waiting for someone to die? I don't think that's necessary. We have ample proof from the police and the neighbors that it's a gang encampment. So please clean it up. Thank you.
And I believe that's our last speaker.
That is our last speaker. Madam Clerk, let's go ahead and vote on the following items. Go ahead and close public comment. Let's vote on items 30 through 36. Please call the roll.
Blumenfield. Councilmember Blumenfield. Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Vizcaíno.
Aye.
Blumenfield was an aye. I had a technical issue.
Thank you, Councilmember Blumenfield. Councilmember Cedillo? Councilmember Cedillo, for items 30 through 36, sir.
Cedillo, aye.
De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian absent. Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
14 ayes. These matters are adopted forthwith.
Okay, Madam Clerk, let's move on to items 23 and 24. Let's go ahead and vote on those two items as amended. Please call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Vizcaíno.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Aye.
De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian absent. Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
14 ayes. These items are adopted as amended forthwith.
Okay, Madam Clerk, let's move on to item number 10. This was called special by Mr. Bonin and Mr. Cedillo. Mr. Bonin?
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, colleagues, for hearing this item today. This item would have the city move forward with supporting and installing a beautiful new monument in Venice, the center of Venice, to the Mexican and the Mexican-American troqueros who helped build the railway system, particularly the interurban railway system here in Los Angeles. For the past several years, particularly since the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, this nation has been engaged in a very thoughtful and sometimes controversial discussion about monuments that need to come down. Monuments to people who held slaves, monuments to people who promoted things that we find hateful. It is equally important that we find the time and find the energy and find the resources to build monuments to those we honor and to those we celebrate. And on the west side, where the very nature of the community has changed due to gentrification and all sorts of forces over the past several decades, it is vitally important that we remember and celebrate our history. And for the past several years, as we have installed a monument at Venice and Lincoln to those who were forced into internment camps during World War II, that intersection was where people were actually transported to Manzanar. As we have painted a beautiful Black Lives mural, and as we're moving forward with granting historical and cultural monument designation to a former Black church in Venice, it is equally important that we understand and appreciate and celebrate the incredibly rich history of the Latino community, particularly the Mexican-American community on the west side and in Venice. And for the past several years, the community has come together, largely through the great work of Laura Ceballos as part of the Mexican-American Troquero Monument Committee. And what they want to do is install a beautiful bronze sculpture at the Windward Circle, right a block from the beach in Venice. It would be done by Jorge Marin, who is a renowned Mexican sculptor, and it will highlight the contributions and the sacrifices of the troqueros and their families. And it will do so by representing a troquero on the railroad, holding his daughter's hand with his son on his shoulders and his wife by his side. The renderings are really beautiful and really moving. And I'm very glad to be working with the community to help move this forward and to celebrate the Mexicans and the Mexican Americans who helped build Los Angeles and who helped build the first railway system that we had here in Los Angeles. There have been a lot of people in the community who have been a part of this, and so many people have endorsed this, are enthusiastic about this. The community invited somebody to speak on their behalf today. And I'm pleased to introduce to you and ask to say a few words. Someone who needs very little introduction to this body or to Los Angeles. The sort of soul of the Farm Workers Union, the esteemed Dolores Huerta.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Dolores.
Thank you very much for considering this resolution. This is so important because we do have to honor the working people of our country, which are often ignored and disrespected and often forgotten. So this is not just about the working people that laid the railroad tracks, but it's also about the Mexican, and many of them were not immigrants because, of course, as you all know, 1/3 of the United States was Mexico before 1848. And I think it's really a great thing to have the statue be where it's going to be placed, because it really brings all of those people, who their grandfathers, their great-grandfathers worked on the roads. It really gives them a sense of dignity. And also where the monument is going to be placed, it also brings us all together, because we are now having the conversation about diversity and recognition, especially of the people of color that built this nation. I just want to say that here, I live in Bakersfield, California, and right here near Tehachapi, we have the Tehachapi Loop, where many Chinese were brought in also to build the railroads. And as we know, many of them also died because many of them were not used to the frozen temperatures that they had to face, especially up there towards Nevada. And so this monument is, of course, about the Mexican immigrants that built our railroads, but it also, I think, speaks to the other groups that also helped build this nation. So I thank you very much for considering this. Thank you very much, City Council, Mr. Bonin, and the rest of you. And I do wish to ask you to approve this resolution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dolores. It's great to see you. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. We also have two other members on the queue, Mr. Cedillo.
Madam President, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. Mr. Bonin, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. This is significant for the city of Los Angeles. This is significant for the Mexican-American community. On the west side, there's a rich history on the west side of the city of a Mexican-American community. And then there was an infusion, I think, about the late 80s, early 90s, of a very large Oaxacan community. But prior to that, there was a rich history. I spoke earlier with Tony Vasquez, first council member of the city of Santa Monica, the second council member of the city of Santa Monica, and we were talking about the rich history on the west side of this town, and so it's appropriate, and I thank you for acknowledging that. My grandfather was one of these traqueros. 1921, as you've heard me say before, my family came north from Durango to Barstow, California. And they went because there was work with the rails and because of the Chinese Exclusion Act. And so Mexicans came north. He came north, and then later on my mom's side, my grandfather also worked for the railroad and was undocumented. And this is the history as it was. And so my family has a very rich history on both sides, on my father's side and my mother's side, working for the Santa Fe Railroad Company. And so you described that that monument that you're going to create, and it brings memories of going with my grandmother down to what was called the diesel plant to take my grandfather tacos in a cool summer night in Barstow, and we would be left there for childcare during the summer, walking down the highway to that place. So I thank you. It's part of the rich history of this country. The rail, the intercontinental rail, was the biggest technological advancement both for this country and for the relationships between Mexico and our country. particularly in the north. All those northerners, like many who come from Durango or Chihuahua or Sonora, are very proud of their railroad work. And so I thank you for doing this, both politically but also personally, because it rings very close to my heart. Thank you.
Mr. De Leon.
Thank you very much, Madam President, and thank you, colleagues. Thank you, Mr. Bono, for bringing this issue up. So important. It's always wonderful to hear the great Dolores Huerta and her elegance speaking to the importance of the taqueros. I want to associate my comments to Senator Gil Cedillo as well, because a lot of folks don't know that if you're on the Metrolink, if you're going up and down the coast of California, if we're moving human beings or moving goods, that those railroads were built with the sweat and with the lives of Mexicans and Chinese immigrants. And that is often not told. That story has been, quite frankly, intentionally erased. And now that the struggle for folks on the west side of LA that had a huge Latino, Mexican, Central American population, Mayan population, has been erased. And it is important that we recognize our past. It's important that we recognize our history, because Venice, the way we know it today, wasn't the Venice back in the day. And that's why for all the activists who've been fighting and working closely under the leadership of Councilman Mike Bonin, thank you, Mike, for bringing this to the forefront and making sure that this comes to fruition. This recognition of men and women. You know, at one time, the city of LA had one of the greatest, most extensive rail car systems in the entire world. And we had the red cars, you know, the red line that was prolific throughout the city, throughout the region. It was those Mexican immigrants who built that, to be very clear. And oftentimes this history, quite frankly, is erased even in a city that is half Latino, which I find one of the oddities of the city of LA as, you know, not 10%, not 8%, 50%, but the history completely, purposefully, it seems to be erased all the time. But this is a time when we bring it to the forefront and we make sure that statue is erected so everyone, regardless of you're Latino, white, African American, Asian American, Italian American, you know, Middle Eastern, Californian, Angelino, you will know the contributions of these families and these men and women who sacrificed their lives to put down these tracks so we could enjoy goods movement and move from one part of the city, the state, and the country as well. So, Mr. Bonin, thank you very much for your leadership.
Mr. Price.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to thank Senator De Leon and Senator Cedillo for their timely, cogent, and inspiring and informative comments. They always know how to hone right in on it. And Mike, I too want to just salute you, man, for the leadership you are demonstrating, especially on the West Side. You know, not letting folks forget the history, legacy of the Mexican American experience here in our city and in our community. But folks, I also want to announce and inform you that on May the 7th, we're going to be dedicating a supportive housing project in CD9. It's going to have 39 units serving our most vulnerable. And we're naming that complex Dolores Huerta in her honor. And so, Dolores, it's always an honor and a pleasure to see you, to be with you. You continue to be a source of inspiration and pride, and I think it's fitting. You know, we talk about the past and the historical legacy. You are part of the current legacy. For that, we're very grateful. And I'm excited that you're going to be joining us on that day as we dedicate this exciting project in our district in your name and in your honor. Thank you.
Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Madam President. And Dolores, it is really phenomenal to see you and to see you well. And, you know, you're one of our nation's treasures. And so I want to thank you for making yourself available to join us here today to really commemorate this very important action. And I want to thank Mike Bonin for doing this. Like Mr. Cedillo, my paternal grandfather also has a history that touches this, and you know, so much of the contributions for members of our community tends to get overlooked or forgotten, and we've seen that time and time again. It's happened with a number of communities of color, and it's really important for us to memorialize and share that history and uplift it, to understand that it's taken time for us to get to where we are today, and that it's those individuals that have made such the groundbreaking contributions that have enabled a Cedillo, a Rodriguez, a Martinez, and a De Leon to be on this council, to serve in the state legislature, to serve in all of these areas of government. And it is, again, some of those early sacrifices that enabled a first generation American of Mexican descent to serve in this role. So I just want to thank you for honoring this incredible history. It is an important part of our country's history, but it's really an important part of our community's history. And I want to thank you for making this happen, Mr. Bonin. I think it's terrific. And Dolores, it's just wonderful to have you here with us today. And again, I want to thank you all. We should continue to be champions of commemorating the contributions of all of our members of our communities that have done so much work. When I think about the Filipino American contributions and their work alongside, you know, so many of our family members in the fields and serving as laborers and farm workers, we have a lot of work to do to continue to uplift and tell those stories and make sure that everyone understands and recognizes the contributions that so many members of our community have made. So my thanks to you.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez and Mr. Bonin. I just also want to recognize the incredible organizing skills of the folks that really lobbied for this. I think on several council meetings, they called in on a regular basis, and phenomenal organizing. And thank you and kudos to you for really responding and taking this on, and to recognize the Mexican-American experience on the West Side. I think all of us, I certainly sometimes feel that often our community, particularly during this horrific year, have paid an incredible cost because our community members are often those essential workers, people who have historically lifted this country up. And not often get recognized for the sacrifices that our communities make. So this recognition not only means a lot to me, but to my family, and I wish that when it finally gets enacted, that we're all invited to the unveiling and stand with you and proud of being a Mexican American and the contributions that my parents have made to this country and so many of us, and on the shoulders that we stand on. So Dolores, it's great to see you, my friend. You look amazing. And thank you for your voice and lending your effort towards this effort. And we want you to be here as well, unveiling this amazing monument when it finally gets done on the West Side. So Mr. Bonin, thank you. Back to you to close.
Thank you very much, and thanks everybody for their comments. I do want to make sure something's clear, though. While I certainly appreciate the acknowledgments from my colleagues, something Ms. Martinez said, I think it really needs to be underscored, which is the work of the people who've been organizing to do this. No thanks, no gratitude, no accolades are due to me. This is the work of the Venice Mexican-American Troqueros Monument Committee. They have been working hard for a very long time. They have been organizing. I am happy to facilitate, I'm happy to support, I'm happy to get the city to do what it needs to do to help. I'm happy to get the city to get the hell out of the way when it needs to get out of the way. And I'm certainly going to be happy to help fund this, but This is the descendants of the Troqueros who are insisting that their ancestors' legacy be acknowledged, that their history be celebrated, and that their contributions be appreciated. And so I just want to make sure that's where any gratitude and recognition goes, because they've done, as Ms. Martinez said, some phenomenal work, and I'm just proud to have a very small part in supporting it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bonney. Let's go ahead and prepare to vote on this item. Madam Clerk, please call the roll on item number 10.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Cedillo, aye.
De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian absent. Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
14 ayes. This matter is adopted forthwith.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to items 5, 6, and 7. These items were called special by Mr. Koretz. Mr. Koretz, go ahead and speak on all three, only because they're all related to drill sites.
Yes, I was planning on doing
All
that.
right.
And thank you, Madam
ahead.
President, for scheduling items 5 through 7 today. That they're being heard during our annual budget cycle is pertinent. I have a number of concerned constituents surrounding the oil drilling sites in my district, all too close to people's homes, schools, businesses, and other places where people gather. The city hasn't prioritized adequate funding for the Petroleum Administrator's Office up until now, which could have helped move forward these 3 items much earlier. This would have helped us move forward our annual inspections ordinance, which then could have helped us move forward a requirement for fence line monitoring. And if those programs were in place protecting Angelenos appropriately, I wouldn't need to be doing these one-off motions. With the limited resources we have, I prefer that we use them to protect all Angelenos, not just one drill site at a time. I know we couldn't justify hiring last fall when the city was facing massive layoffs and retirements in the thousands, even though we did try. But I was pleased to hear renewed conversation of these priorities in our budget hearings over the past week. However, I was alarmed that the CAO's budget memo that came out yesterday recommended not approving the petroleum administrator positions. This is once again kicking the can down the road and is not in any way acceptable. I've said that before and I'll say it again, and others on council I know have agreed. Oil drilling is an inherently incompatible land use in residential neighborhoods, around schools, and other sensitive areas like hospitals, and anything else inhabited by human beings. We need to do better as a council, and we need to do better as a city. Having said that, I would like to offer a modest technical amendment to item number 7 to instruct the LAFD to report back to council on the findings associated with the code violations they identified in their review of the West Pico drill site located on Pico Boulevard and Doheny Drive in Council District 5, and to report on the results to include specific code violations that occurred on the site. I urge you to support these 3 items today, colleagues, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Koretz. Let's go ahead and vote on all 3 items, Madam Clerk. Items 5, 6, and 7, please call the roll.
Yes. So item 7, the amendment is without objection. So for 5, 6, and 7, Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Cedillo, aye.
De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian absent. Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
14 ayes. These matters are adopted forthwith.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to item 19. This was called special by Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, this item is related to looking for new strategies for us to combat fireworks, the use of illegal fireworks throughout our communities. We know how many of our household pets, seniors have been traumatized, families have been traumatized by the explosives that they will start to commence and start to grow in use about now. And so it's really important that we start to develop alternative strategies. We're not going to be able to police our way out of this. We need to try to incent behaviors with individuals turning these materials in, similarly as we approach efforts with gun buybacks. This is an effort to try and identify alternatives instead of shrugging our shoulders, anticipating that LAPD will go out and enforce on this is actually not going to happen. So we need to start identifying alternatives to helping to reduce the potential fire risk and the dangers associated with it, particularly for those of us that have a great deal of hillside vulnerability. We know that we are going to continue to see increased fire risk as a result of the droughts. California is always in a 24/7 year-round fire season. And so it's really important that we start to be more aggressive and proactive at identifying alternatives that will help to not only mitigate those risks, but also the risks that are endured by the trauma that so many families and their pets have experienced as a result of the use of fireworks. And I ask for your input.
Okay, Madam Clerk, let's go ahead and vote on item number 19. Please call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo. De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian absent. Councilmember Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
14 ayes. This matter is adopted forthwith.
Now let's move on to item 29, call special by Mr. Bonin.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, for more than the past year now, there have been many demonstrations, many protests throughout Los Angeles, across the country, really. And so many of them have generated controversy, problems, issues, and so many aspects of those are being addressed through many different efforts by members of this council. After action reports that are at work or that will be coming to the council. But there's one particular dynamic that this motion calls out, which is the treatment of and the arrest of journalists during protests here in Los Angeles. It's a disturbing trend. I want to be clear, it's not just LAPD. I mean, I think the most celebrated case of this happening recently was last September when LA County Sheriff's deputies violently tackled KPCC's Josie Wong and arrested her on claims she'd interfered with the arrest of a man outside the hospital where deputies were being treated for gunshot wounds. The DA didn't press charges in that because it was proven that Wong had identified herself. But we're having an increasing number of incidents here in Los Angeles. The LA Times has reported on the arrest of Lexis Olivier Ray of LA Taco, who's continuing to be threatened with prosecution from the city attorney's office, even though no one else at that protest seems to be receiving the same treatment. And then last month, several journalists were detained or arrested by LAPD during the demonstrations at Echo Lake Park. Those journalists included James Quealy of the LA Times, who was put into zip ties, even as he had a police-issued credential hanging around his neck. And it included Kate Cagle of Spectrum News 1 SoCal, who, there's video, she clearly identified herself as a reporter, was with her camera crew, was preparing for a live shot when she was detained. Now, Quealy and Cagle were released within hours. Reporters with independent outlets like Jonathan Peltz and Kate Gallagher, they were held for a longer period of time. And in the wake of these arrests, lots of reporters, lots of journalists have complained about this. We've gotten official complaints from the Society for Professional Journalists, and they have asked us to look into this and to a couple other dynamics. One of the other dynamics being that at some of these recent demonstrations, the LAPD has tried to confine journalists to a press pen far from the demonstrations they were assigned to cover. The other element we're hearing is that LAPD has slowed down or has ceased issuing press credentials, and that there is a big lack of clarity on the policies or standards about how members of the independent media can become credentialed. Protests are continuing in the city and in this country, and I don't see them going away anytime soon. Independent journalism is growing in the city, in this country, and I don't see that going away anytime soon. And it's very, very important that the free press be allowed to cover demonstrations and political protest and police activity. And so what this motion does is ask for a lot of information from LAPD on policies and practices so we can fix these and so we can get these right. So I'd ask for an aye vote to get the reports moving. Thank you.
Okay, let's prepare to vote on this item. Madam Clerk, please call the roll on item 29.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Aye.
De Leon. Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian absent. Councilmember Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Follow.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
And going back to Councilmember De Leon.
Aye.
14 ayes. This matter is adopted forthwith.
Madam Clerk, what's before us now?
Council has motions for posting and referral. Motions will be posted on the City Clerk's website shortly after the meeting for the public's viewing. To subscribe to receive copies of today's council motions to your email, please visit clerk.lacity.org.
Okay, those are posted and referred. Mr. Koretz?
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to take this opportunity to announce and to comment on the retirement this coming Friday of Brenda Barnett, the General Manager of Animal Services.
Okay.
When Brenda agreed to come to Los Angeles from Seattle, she inherited a mandate to accomplish a set of tasks and goals that had been established by consecutive mayors, but had always proved elusive. She buckled down, determined what needed to be done, formed partnerships and alliances, and rallied her team to do the work. And she did it through multiple budgetary ups and downs, a pandemic, and the legendary pressure from LA's animal activist community. The result is the best lives saved rate in the city's history by far, and we all hope and believe the foundation to sustain that kind of success in the coming years. And now Brenda can retire knowing that she did something almost everybody thought was impossible, except of course for her, and a congratulatory certificate is in the works, and I'll read a little bit of it. Whereas Brenda spent her tenure as general manager leading by example and developing a unique partnership with Best Friends Animal Society, saving Los Angeles well over $60 million over the last 10 years. And whereas Brenda placed an emphasis on overseeing the achievement of the city's 20-year life-saving goal, elevating the Department of Animal Services training, preparedness, and performance, and forming partnerships with institutions, agencies, organizations, and individuals in the local, state, and national animal welfare communities. Now therefore be it resolved that the Los Angeles City Council does hereby congratulate and commend Brenda F. Barnett for more than 10 years of service and exceptional leadership in improving the welfare of animals of the city of Los Angeles. And I want to congratulate Brenda on a most productive decade as the General Manager of Animal Services and say that it's been a pleasure to work with her for all these years. And on behalf of the City Council, the animals of Los Angeles, and everyone who loves them, thanks Brenda for everything that she has achieved.
Thank you, Mr. Koretz, and thank you, Brenda, for your dedication and service to our city. Members, are there any other announcements? Any adjourning motions? Seeing none? Oh, Mr. Cedillo.
Okay. Madam Chair, thank you so much. I want to ask that we adjourn today in the memory of Jose Angel Barajas. Jose Angel came to, born in 1949, came in the late 60s to Los Angeles, where they tried to change his name to Joe. He was a very smart, industrious young man, but as a Mexican immigrant, you know, they during that time period, people would get pigeonholed into a whole range of different classes. It was something called NES, non-English speaking, and there was also something called something about being lacking in educational capacity, but he was actually a very smart man. He just spoke Spanish, and so people didn't quite appreciate that. He went to Garfield and graduated in '69, learned English, went through East Los Angeles College, and then people began, as he learned English, to identify his intelligence. And so he went to Cal State LA, and then later followed me shortly after I left. He went to People's College of Law, right up the street. And at People's College of Law, he distinguished himself. He graduated. He took the bar and passed. The California bar is known as the most challenging in the nation. He became a leader in workers' comp and was actually the rep for the lawyers' bar. And people would sometimes be amazed that this Mexican with an accent who dressed very, I'd say flamboyant might be the appropriate phrase, was the representative. And he's just a wonderful man. He's loved by people at the Mexican American Bar Association. He worked down the street over on Olympic and Fig. But he's just a wonderful, wonderful man. Very proud to be a Mexican from Mazatlan. Always wanted to go back. And then we just lost him suddenly, just recently, April 19th. He was a friend of mine as well, and I would see him frequently at a local cafe where we would go on Saturdays. He would be working, I would be having a cup of coffee. Just a very generous man, very proud, an advocate for workers, a champion in the field of workers' compensation, defending injured workers, a proud Mexican, a very more than competent lawyer, and just a great Angelino. And we're just sorry to lose Jose. Loved his wife, very proud of her, and just a very typical person, if you understand what I mean. Muy típico, no? Anyway, so Jose, we miss you. We're sorry to see you go. You had so much life. He was just one of these vibrant persons. Whenever you saw him in a restaurant or an event, he would just pop up with his very flamboyant look and style, and just very generous man, and we just will miss him endlessly. So I ask that this city recognize his presence, his contributions to the city, particularly to working men and women, and that we close in his memory.
Thank you, Mr. Cedillo. Any other adjourning motions? Seeing none, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you.